In a world where a magic wand can grant a baby with a flick of their tiny hands, lies a huge hidden secret. One secret that could shake the very foundation of the fairy world. What if I told you that in the magical realm of the Fairly OddParents, not everything is as it seems, especially when it comes to family trees? What if Poof, the adorable offspring of Cosmo and Wanda, had a secret that not even his supposed parents knew about? Okay, so check this out. In the Fairywinkle Cosmo family, there's something really odd about Poof that kind of messes with what I know about fairy genetics. So Poof is this adorable little guy, right? Son of Cosmo and Wanda. But here's where it gets weird. His eye color, it's purple, totally different from Cosmo's green and Wanda's pink eyes. And I really don't think that this could be just a random thing. I believe this could be a major hint about who Poof's parents really are. Now, think about the other hundreds of fairies. There is one, Juandissimo Magnifico.
Have no fear, Juandissimo is here.
He's the only other fairy we see in the show that's got the same unusual purple eyes. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
No, I'm not him, I'm just him.
Well, I rewatched a bunch of episodes, picked apart every relationship, broke down how characters interact, and even analyzed how each episode was structured. Why? Because I've got this huge question on my mind. What if Juandissimo, this beautiful Spanish dude right here with the same purple eyes just like Poof, what if he's actually Poof's real father? In the magical world of the Fairly OddParents, we got this amazing universe where fairy godparents are pretty much genies, and right at the center of all this magic and mayhem is Timmy Turner and his fairy godparents Cosmo and Wanda. They grant this man whatever he wants, as long as it follows the rules, like switching lives with a dog, the entire world made out of dessert, and babies.
Fear not, Cosmo. Dr. Rip Studwell is on the case. Now, does anyone here know how to deliver a fairy baby?
Now, Juandissimo, he is not your average fairy. Picture someone who's all about that show-off, dazzling style, a real charming Latin lover type.
Una vida sin principales no es una vida.
Now, his past with Wanda adds a layer to this whole theory because they actually used to date before she settled down with Cosmo. And get this, Juandissimo still has a thing for her and keeps trying to win her back, and Cosmo hates this. Wanda, on the other hand, sometimes appears to be somewhat flattered by his attention, but she forever remains loyal to Cosmo. Or could this all just be a front?
Do you know this fairy?
Nope, not at all. No idea. Clueless.
You know him.
Nuh-uh.
In fairies, genetics show through eye color. Mama and Papa Cosmo both have green eyes, and they give birth to who we know as Cosmo, who also has green eyes. Now when it comes to Wanda, although we never really see her mom in the show, we see her dad, Big Daddy. His character really dislikes Cosmo, similar to how Mama Cosmo dislikes Wanda, but his eyes also pink. So we can only imagine that her mom is a similar shade because Wanda's sister Blonda also has pink eyes as well. Even Jordan having blue eyes, we don't ever see his parents on the show, but we do get to see his grandma. And guess what her eye color is? Yup, blue. But here's the thing, how could this be possible if the male fairies are the ones who give birth? See, in our world, when someone says they're pregnant, it's usually a girl, but for fairies, it's quite different. In the Fairly Odd Baby episode, Timmy notices that Cosmo and Wanda are really into babies.
You're right, Wanda. This is the cutest one yet.
They're practically swooning over every baby they see. Timmy thinks, hey, why not wish a baby for them? You know, since they seem to really want one, but there's a catch though. Fairies aren't actually allowed to have babies, but Timmy checks the rules, and guess what? There's actually no rule saying godchildren can't wish for their godparents to have babies. Not even Jordan can find it. So the wish is granted, and someone gets pregnant. But plot twist, I mean, at least for me, it's Cosmo, not Wanda, who gets pregnant.
What's wrong with me? Having a B-word here.
Huh? You're having the baby?
He's got mood swings, weird cravings like eating basketball cards, and he's throwing up everywhere, but they eventually rush him to the Fairy World Hospital, but no one there knows how to deliver a baby because, you know, it's been thousands of years since the last fairy baby was born. Anyway, so Timmy just wishes the baby out of Cosmo.
Wish it out! Wish it out!
Okay.
So how could he not be the father? Well, remember how earlier I compared godparents to genies? See, the concept of genies, or jinn as they are traditionally known, made their first major written reference in the Quran, the holy book for Islam, beginning in 610 AD. In the Quran, jinn are described as beings created by God from smokeless and scorching fire, in comparison to us humans who are made from clay and mud. Now, genies, they are considered to be a living entity with free will capable of doing good or evil, and are part of the unseen world of Islamic theology. But here's the thing, thing, not even 100 years later, during the Islamic Golden Age, a collection of Middle Eastern folktales known as the 1001 Nights were being spreaded, and in these stories, genies or jinn are often depicted as powerful supernatural beings who can grant wishes. But these wishes often come with consequences or ironic twists. And here's the thing, that's a recurring theme in the Fairly OddParents.
Now, Timmy, remember our little talk about choosing wishes carefully? Let's think for a second.
The show often, if not every time, follows a formula where Timmy makes a wish that seems amazing at first, but then the wish leads to some problems or conflicts. Like for real, I believe every wish any fairy has ever granted is never truly what the person wanted. Like in the episode Most Wanted Wish, Timmy feels unnoticed and underappreciated. He desires attention and popularity, believing that being wanted will make him the center of attention and liked by everyone. So he wishes to be the most wanted kid.
I wish I was the most wanted kid in the world!
But instead of being popular, Timmy becomes a wanted criminal. Like he is pursued by cops, the FBI, and others who are just eager to capture him. In the episode Power Mad, Timmy wishes for a virtual reality video game that is the most challenging ever. He and his friends get trapped in the game, and the only way out is to beat it. But here's the thing, if a player loses all their lives, they would disappear forever. Like bruh.
If you turn the game off while they're in there, or if they lose their 3 lives, they'll disappear forever!
What?
Timmy just asked for a hard game, not to literally die. In the episode The Same Game, Timmy is teased by other kids for having buck teeth, which makes him feel self-conscious, so he wishes everyone was the same. But then the problem is, everyone turns into gray blobs, losing their individuality. Like, do you see where I'm going at? His wishes are never truly exactly what he wants. So when Timmy asks for them to get pregnant, why wouldn't this come with a twist too? And it was actually Juandissimo that Wanda slept with, but since Cosmo is Timmy's god kid, he was the one that had to get pregnant.
Wanda, my sweet.
And when we go back to eye color, it is primarily determined by the genetics of our parents. The genetics of eye colors are somewhat complex because multiple genes are involved, but the most well-known genes are OCA2 and HERC2. These genes determine the amount and type of pigment in the iris of the eye. Brown being the most dominant eye color, which means that if at least one parent has brown eyes, it is more likely that their child would have brown eyes. Now, if both parents have brown eyes, the chances of their child having brown eyes increases. Blue, on the other hand, is a recessive eye color. This means that to have blue eyes, a person usually must receive blue eye genes from both parents. However, if one parent has blue eyes and the other one has brown, the child might have brown or blue eyes, with brown being more likely. Now, green eyes are way less common and involve a more complex genetic pattern. But like blue eyes, having 2 green-eyed partners makes it more likely for their baby to have green eyes. And with the historical relationship between Wanda and Juandissimo,
Wanda! Is it possible?
His actual eye color being freaking purple, and the constant messes Timmy's wishes have actually caused, even though they're not actually his fault, Poof actually being Juandissimo's kid could be one of those wishes that our main characters never noticed the consequences it brought. If this is true, which I think it is 100%, and Cosmo were to find out, this would lead to Cosmo and Wanda breaking up. I mean, at least I assume. And I'm here left thinking, who would be Timmy's godparents? Would Cosmo just get replaced by Juandissimo? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did Wanda have an affair with Cosmo?
This has been the most relaxing day ever!
Then do not depart. Stay here with me.